And here we are, guys. Welcome to Talk About with Lust, and I'm your host, Lust, and we're back at it. I don't say we're here on the comfy couch no more, because I don't sit on the couch, only my guests do. We treat my guests with the highest level of gratitude here.
Thank you.
Here in the lovely podcast. But per usual, I like to let the guests introduce themselves, plug in your handler, how people can find you. So take on the light, my friend.
My name is Dovy. I'm a magician. And more than that, I'm an entertainer.
Hey.
I tell people when I leave their party, it's a memory that they're going to remember for a lifetime versus a cool magic trick. I'm the cool guy. No, it doesn't work that way. All my social media is Dovy, D-O-V-Y, the magician.
Okay.
And if you have any questions that you ever wanted to ask a magician that you were scared, ask.
I love it. Man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I've came across a lot of magicians, and I only had one friend that was a friend of a friend that was a magician, but I never really picked his brain. But I mean, I'm really excited about this episode because when she told me we were going to have a magician, I can honestly tell you out of 80 episodes, I don't think we've had any magician, bro. So
I'm happy
really excited
to be here.
So to start off, I feel like everyone probably asks you that. What made you become a magician?
It's a pretty simple and boring story.
Hey.
My grandma got me a magic set when I was 10 years old.
Okay.
I was like, wow, that's cool, but I want to learn the real magic. And after that, anytime somebody's like, hey, can I get you a present or whatever it was, I was like, get me a magic set, but a different one.
Okay.
I remember at a certain point, both of my grandmas got me the same set. I made one of them return it and get me a different one. Because I was like, I want to learn the real tricks. And now...
What's considered real tricks, though, in the world of magicians?
So at that point, the real tricks was the really cool things.
Okay.
At this point, the real tricks are the really cool things. And there's always that moment of, oh, I could learn more. Until I realized that it's not the magic, it's the way you make someone feel when you leave the room.
Oh, okay.
That's when I was like, okay, I got to stop learning the cool tricks and learn how to actually entertain people, how to do everything else besides a magic,
I got you. That's cool. And honestly, so another thing too is so you said learn more tricks. So is there, magic isn't just a bag of old tricks? There's new tricks that are being made all the time for you guys?
So, yes, there's a lot of magicians that they keep on creating new magic tricks. And there is that cycle of, just like everything in life, the old ones come into style. Eventually, they become so popular, nobody uses it. And then 100 years later, you go back and you find that old book that everybody knew about, but nobody knows about. Yeah. So it does have that circle. And a lot of people create new tricks, especially with technology. A lot of magicians, this goes back.
Use ChatGPT?
It's more than that. No, it's way more than that. I think it was when fax machines came out.
Okay.
One of the magicians were freaking out because they're like, what do you mean technology is going to take over magic? And you could look at it that way, or you could look at it, hey, how can I embrace it and use it to my advantage?
Okay.
So you could be like, okay, at this point, you don't know if something is AI or not, right? Am I really here in the studio? Maybe I'm just edited. No, I'm here. But, right, you don't know.
Yeah. Green screen is fucking amazing now.
Yes. Or you could use it to your advantage, Use it to your advantage and see how you can use that to help you grow as a magician, as anything, honestly.
So, so how long have you been doing magic?
I'm 20.
Okay.
I started when I was 10, so I guess...
10 years.
10 years, yeah.
Dope.
Wow.
That's awesome. So where are you originally from?
New York, Brooklyn.
Dope.
Yes.
So born and raised over there?
Born and raised in Brooklyn.
That's dope. Yeah, I'm from Washington Heights, bro. I literally just got back from New York 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And I was in Brooklyn, all up in that. But so what made you move down here?
I don't live down here. I'm here for 3 weeks.
Okay. And you just told me earlier you were camping.
Yes.
So you like the outdoors?
Yes, it's weird. I literally told this to my friend earlier. I'm a blue-collar person with a white-collar job. Okay. I love farm life. I love outdoors. I love animals like cows and horses.
Hooved animals, yeah.
And my profession is coming and being all fancy and being a magician at fancy gigs,
So that's honest, bless you. So that's basically your main gig right now.
Yes.
That's your job.
Basically.
That's dope, dude.
Yep.
So right now, like you told me earlier, you're camping.
Yes.
So is that what you usually do? You kind of camp around wherever you're going to be working?
Yes and no,
Okay,
because
okay.
I love magic and I love camping, and I usually try to balance it. I feel like people that know me as a magician don't know that I camp, and people that know that I camp don't know me as a magician.
So my question is too, because you told me you have a YouTube. So is your YouTube? Do you kind of
Only
show?
magic. I have two
Oh,
YouTubes, but my
okay.
magic, yeah, it's only magic.
Oh, dope.
I try to keep it to only that.
Okay, okay. I feel like people probably would like both of them.
Yeah, I feel like
'Cause-
it's different crowds.
So
Or maybe
you're-
just in my head. I don't know.
No, I got you. So my thing, another thing is, so, when you camp, are you very like down to the like nitty gritty of camping, or are you kind of glamping?
No. I have a lot of friends that told me, hey, you're going for 3 weeks. That's so cool. I want to join you. I was like, if you have any, I keep on forgetting the word. If you have any standards, that's the word. If you have any standards, you can't come with me because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to throw my way. I don't know. But I know that it's going to be a good time. I'm going to have a good time because I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
If I'm there, I'm going to have a good time. So,
That's awesome, dude.
yep.
Yeah, I love the fucking energy, bro. Especially for you being 20 years old and exploring in a world that's very fucking confusing too.
Oh, yeah.
With a lot of shit and like, people get so sensitive, like sharing opinions, And yeah, so like it's cool that you're out there just like literally chasing this dream of like really fulfilling something that you want from a kid, because a lot of people change. You talking about you got into it when you were 10 years old. You're 20 years old and you're still consistent with it, and you already got 10 years in something you like. I don't think that's a very common thing for a 20-year-old right now. So it's like it's pretty cool to fucking talk to someone right now that's, bro, you're confident in what you want right now.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's fucking cool. So how long have you been doing this on the road thing then?
I think I started camping, I think it was 2 years ago. My friend took me to one camping trip. It was like last minute for just one weekend in New York, upstate.
Okay.
After that, I was like, oops, I found an addiction.
So what hooked you?
That one trip. I mean,
But
I've
like,
always,
what gravitated you out of that trip? The solidarity of like.
I've always liked the outdoors. Like as a kid growing up, my family always made fun of me that one day I'll become Amish. And it's not necessarily the belief system of Amish. It's more the lifestyle
Yeah.
of like, I like an old car versus a new car.
Oh, dude, I love old cars. I drive a 2000 Suburban, bro.
Good.
And I got a 97 Honda hatchback.
Nice.
I've had new cars and I hate all that electronic crap. Yeah.
Same here.
Super simple, bro. I want my shit to turn on and drive.
So I also feel that like when I go camping, the world sort of slows down. And you can live frame by frame versus in the city, there is so much chaos going on. Like I told my friend the other day, when I'm bored and I'm camping, I just look up and I'm like, oh, a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, there's leaves, different colors. There's animals. Like you could be in the moment and there's so much going on, so slow.
Hey, you're talking within my realm, bro. I went duck hunting today, so.
Oh, nice.
So I was out there sitting in nature, just patiently waiting. I got videos I was showing Kiko of the sky, and just I looked at the sky and how fucking blue it was today.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just put your camera towards the sky, you wouldn't even know that you were recording the sky, because it was so fucking flat.
Yes.
But nah, dude, I love the outdoors. I get it. I fucking get it. So that camping trip was your first one, and then what was your next one?
The next weekend.
No way.
Oh, the next weekend until the end of the summer, until it got too cold to camp, meaning most sites were closed already because they got to close up for the winter. I found one that was still open. And then,
Damn, I wonder, is our camp like in up north? Are like national parks and those campsites, are they open to the public when it's winter? Or do they rather not have the liability of someone freezing to death?
in upstate New York, I've mostly camped in private like campgrounds.
Okay.
Because I'll go with friends, and I feel like if I go with people,
You don't like...
they need their standards, and I'm always scared to like, I don't know what's gonna happen if they're not gonna enjoy it.
But that's not your problem.
That's true. I should embrace it more.
Yeah.
So yeah, usually I go there, but I think honestly, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've never camped up north. And honestly, a lot of the time I've camped is I camp, back when I used to really camp, I camped on the beach because I was surf there.
That's
So
cool.
like you pay to fucking stay overnight, which is usually like fucking, I don't know, $20, $15. And then I wake up in the morning and then I go surf. I can just walk to the beach, like shit like that, and then whatever. And then I leave that day. If I want, if the surf is good, I'll stay there another night. But back then too, it was like, dude, all I brought was a sleeping bag. And basically my sleeping bag and a tent, because obviously you need to put your belongings somewhere.
Yes.
And if it was nothing too crazy, like if I was just camping out in the woods and it was just being by myself and not surfing, bro, a lot of the time I slept in hammocks, like the full poncho hammocks.
I've done that too.
And those are amazing because it fits in your backpack, you know, when you're like, even like when you're hunting, you know, if you're going to do overnight hunting, everything falls into your backpack. Obviously, you can sleep with your rifle. Everything's in your fucking poncho hammock, and then call it a fucking day, bro. Because another thing, in those type of camping trips, the idea is not that you're sleeping all fucking day. You sleep to sleep. You get up and you get fucking working.
Yeah, I wake up usually at like 7. I mean, the sun comes up and I'm up.
Honestly, I feel you, because when I did this road trip, dude, the second the sun's up, it's kind of hard to keep sleeping.
Yeah, it's beautiful, the sunrise. It's not a city where you wake up to chaos. You wake up to like a beautiful sun. You see it rising.
Honestly, it's kind of crazy. I feel like in talking about this, I think we were supposed to be outside. I don't think we're supposed to be living in houses.
We could do a part 2.
I'm trying to think that we're supposed to live outside.
Definitely. Because a lot of parts were...
Because honestly, if you think about it, when you're outside, it's not that bad to wake up. Like you almost wake up gradually. You know what I mean? Like the sun slowly creeping up starts waking your eyes up. Versus like you wake up to an alarm in your pitch black room. Now I'm turning the lights. You're like, holy fuck.
Yes.
The rat race. Jesus, what just happened?
So I try to have this rule, even at home, that I try not to wake up with an alarm clock.
Oh, dude.
Because I want to wake up when my body is fully rested. Oof. Now, eventually it turns into a schedule. But
no, the thing is like, I want to say I wake up every day almost at 9:30. But there's some days I wake up at 9. There's some days I wake up at 10.
Yes.
But you kind of stay within a frame.
Yeah.
But it does feel great, bro. I've been practicing that religion for like 15 years now. And I got a job not too long ago that required me punching in. And that shit was delusional, waking up at 7 in the morning. And the fact is, like, dude, I'm a content creator. I'm an artist. I'm up at fucking 2, 3 in the morning.
Yep.
Fucking feeding those demons, you know? So.
Yes.
And fucking creativity or just thinking about what the fuck is next, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So what's, so besides your first magic trick box and all that or set, like, what motivated you to be a magician? Like, who was like, I feel like everyone says Houdini, but like, who was like someone that at that time you felt like it was like, damn, I fuck with this shit. I kind of want to do my own thing just like that.
So the time when I took it from like just doing it in school to doing it for a living, like like getting paid, like actually receiving money.
Yeah.
It was like, I remember the first $20 that I ever made, it was in a park. I was like, you can make, like it was a tip. I was like, whoa, money.
And were you doing that shit in Brooklyn, in the city? Oh, that's dope.
So at that point, it was David Blaine. But since then, when people ask me who my favorite magician is, I usually say, I have a list of 20 favorites. And I try to take the best part from each magician because David Blaine, right?
My thing is, hold on, but David Blaine, is he really a magician or he's like, he does like acts, like big.
Exactly.
Because he was a magician when I was a kid.
Yes. So
he was a card guy.
So for card tricks, I won't look at David Blaine. There's bigger people.
Yeah.
But I've done a lot of his like stunts. And I used to be very into like David Goggins and Wim Hof and like mind over matter. Yeah. And oh my God, I would torture myself. But
because that's what he does now. He's now trying to push the envelope of human abilities.
Yes. So in the beginning, I really focused on that. And here's a crazy story. Well, it just came to my head. When I started performing, I would study David Blaine. Like I super analyzed him to the point where I would perform like him, meaning I didn't have any character. I spoke like this. I was like, take a card. That's your card. Wow, the person freaking out. That's what I am. A friend of mine explained to me, yo, you have so much more character when you don't do tricks. And I'm like, respect the art. It's magic. And he's like, it was a whole argument, but eventually I learned, I'm like, okay, that's his style. I can still do tricks that I see him do, but incorporate it in my way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I just met you, but I fuck with your personality.
Yes. That's why, like, I'll use it with my personality versus me trying to be something that I'm not. You know what I mean?
I got you. Nah, I hear that, man. Honestly, I feel like people got to also stay authentic, even in a time that people want you to fit in a square and like be a certain person or a certain image. When we talk about like, I don't know, like if you're a tennis player, you got to look like a tennis player. If you play golf, you got
Yes.
to look like a golf player. So I feel like if you're a person, like, yeah, sure, you're a magician, but you should always bring a little part of yourself into it.
Oh,
You
big
know what I
time.
mean?
Have you ever heard of Julian? I don't remember his last name. He's a coach and like a public speaker.
No.
So I've learned a lot from this guy, but the number one thing I've learned is the way he goes dressed on stage is whacked. Like he'll wear the weirdest. I don't know where he goes shopping, but he'll wear the weirdest things he can find, put it on, and he'll give you speeches how to be confident. To the extent once he's like giving a whole speech, he's like, guys, do you realize I'm wearing shades? I'm wearing sunglasses. I'm not even looking at you, telling you how you should make eye contact when you talk to someone. And what I've learned from him is it's not the way you dress or the way you, like when you try to be something. For an example, I feel like a lot of magicians would try to wear a perfect suit, a perfect tie, when you try to do that, it's not you versus slap on whatever you have and own it. When you walk, like, yeah,
I get it.
You know what I mean? You own it, and then people are just gonna be like, "Oh, that's him."
It's like what I have to do with my face tattoos.
Exactly.
To have fucking tattoos, like I know we live in a time that people just don't give a fuck. But when I grew up, to have a face tattoo, you gotta know what the fuck you're doing with yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You gotta own that shit. And believe it, I've had face tattoos for easily close to 10 years now. Probably like, 8, 9 years.
When I started doing magic.
Yeah, so imagine that. And I still have people look at me crazy. And it is what it is.
You have to own it.
No, I do.
It's the only way you can, you know?
The funny thing is, I'm up to a point that I just don't see it. But the people around me see it. And sometimes the people around me even tell me, he's like, yo, you saw that person look at you? And I was like, no, they didn't even fucking care.
That's
Half
good.
the time I see people, like I love when I'm on an Uber ride and the guys looking, or usually the ladies don't fucking care. The guys just keep looking at the mirror. They're like, and then as I'm getting out the car, they're like, did it hurt? Or or they'll say some random shit. Did it hurt? Or is that real? Or is it, bro, like the questions people ask about tattoos are insane. But yeah, it's just funny. Like, I don't know. People are fucking strange, dude.
Yeah.
They really are.
I mean, or they just don't know. Maybe they're like,
I just wish some people were just willing to speak at the second they see. Like,
yes.
why you sit on? We rode for 35 minutes.
Think about it. If that guy grew up in an environment where he was always told that like tattoos are bad, or he saw somebody got beaten for having a tattoo, it would take him time to open his mouth about it, which is sad.
Yeah, honestly, and it's probably that the fact that it was like, wow, this guy didn't seem aggressive. He was calm the whole 30 minutes and was just into his thoughts. He's probably not that bad. Let me ask him. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So, but besides that, so nowadays, how do you usually find your gigs? How's that work?
I would say social media, word of mouth.
So what brought you down here? What was the first event that brought you down to Florida?
When I was 17?
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't drive yet.
Okay.
I took an Uber from the airport. Actually, I flew down with my dad because I couldn't drive yet. So then I took an Uber from the hotel to the place. I think I was probably 16 or 17, probably 17.
Okay. And what was the gig?
Someone's birthday party or something.
No way.
Yeah.
From New York to here.
I have a lot of respect for that guy. You know why? Because when I was younger, I didn't charge the amount that I charge now.
Yeah.
So it probably ended up costing him the same if he would hire a professional in Florida versus getting a new kid and flying him in. Now, I'm not saying my tricks were the same. Yeah. Not at all. And I always wonder why people supported me in the beginning. I look back at my tricks and I'm like, that's magic. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I respect that guy.
No, my question too is like at that time too, since that was your first gig.
No, that was my first gig that I flew down.
Oh, okay. So how did he find you?
I think Instagram. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Probably.
And he was living down here. So there's no magicians out here that he had to get a magician from New York?
I don't know.
Like how that work?
I don't know. That's why I have a lot of respect.
What kind of tricks were you doing back then? that he found you and was like, dude, I need this 17-year-old kid from New York over here to fucking bedazzle my kids and make them fucking awe them. That's wild.
He
dude.
has
That's
hired
dope.
me since then a couple of times.
That's dope.
But it was
though.
in New York. I guess like his family or he flew in. Yeah.
But this time around, what brought you down here?
Now.
Yeah.
Honestly, just the camping.
Just
Just the camping.
get out of the winter.
Yes. Usually when I come down to Miami, it's for shows or something. But this time I was like, I did it also last year. I camped for a month. And I was like, it was an amazing month. Like, I was like,
This is actually the best time to go camping here.
yeah. It was
And where you're
freezing
at is
there.
pretty fucking good.
Yeah. I was like, whew, you know?
No, like
I just did
honestly,
it.
like Big Cypress is beautiful. There's one place right by my house that's called JW Colbert.
Mm-hmm.
It's super fucking nice. And I like it over there because it's also filled with a lot of different like big herons and like they got wood ducks. You know what a wood duck looks like?
Nope.
They look like those fucking actual like carvings of a duck.
Oh,
and
yeah,
with
yes.
the crazy faces. But they're called wood ducks because they're ducks that live in trees. They live in the woods.
Okay. Interesting.
But it's funny because like I feel like the most common wood duck looks like that, like a wooden duck, you know? So it's a fucking funny name to name a duck. But honestly, like that area is super nice. Sometimes you can see bears over there. And there's sometimes you can see panthers, a lot more deers up that way.
Okay, yeah.
And it's just like, it's literally in the middle of the woods. Like deep. I know where your eyes deep in the woods, but like once you get into West Palm, you're already like leaving Florida. So it gets super fucking country out there. So is this your first time staying this long in?
No, last year I stayed longer. I stayed for a full month. This year I'm only staying for probably like 3 weeks.
So you live still
I still
full
live
time in
yes,
New York?
Yes.
Dope, dude. Hell yeah. So what, so were you here for Basel Week or no? Or you came right after Basel?
When did I get it? I don't, you see, time just like disappears when you're in the woods. Like I told my friend the first day, it was such a long day. It feels like a week, but like in a good way. When did I get? I think I got here a week ago.
Okay. So you still got like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Dope.
Maybe a little, I don't, I'll check the calendar when I have to leave.
I got you. So do you ever like, so right now, are you, even though you're here to camp, are you still doing gigs? Are you hitting the streets? Are you like, what are you doing?
Yes and no, because naturally it's part of me. Okay, remind me when I finish. I have this cool story about Home Depot.
Okay.
Remind me. So yes, naturally, it like, you know, it's part of me. I'll walk into somewhere, if I just light up somebody's day, I'll try to do it. If it's with a trick or with not, I'll just try to do it either way.
So
but
sometimes you walk up to people casually and be like, hey, you want to see a trick?
Oh yeah. You know how I practiced? I can't say majority, but a lot of my material when I was younger. I would go to Times Square, which is a place that no New Yorker ever goes.
Yeah.
But I would go there because there's so many people.
So many
people.
And people don't have a problem being stopped.
Yeah. And I would show people tricks, not for money, not for anything, just for the experience. And I always had this rule. If it fails, I walk away. And if it works, I walk away. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I've done it like probably thousands of tricks to the extent where my friends would come with me sometimes and video me. But they'll be like, okay, Dovy, first time I saw it was cool. At the end of the night, I know exactly how that trick works. I've seen it so many times. And I'm like, I don't do it to you. I do it to everybody else.
Yeah. No, I get it. No, that's cool, man. So like, have you done any magic while you've been here?
Have I done anything while I've been here? No, not yet.
Just chilling?
Yeah, just chilling. Because like, while I camp, I try not to tell people that I'm a magician.
Okay.
I want them to know me as the cool kid that camps.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm not professional then, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, let me
human.
let me just be human. To the extent there was somebody that he like works in a restaurant or something in Florida, and I reached out to him like, hey, if you ever need entertainment, he's like, what do you mean? Do you like work with strippers? I'm like, no, I'm a magician. He's like, you do something besides a camping? I'm like, yes, I'm actually a magician. He's like, okay.
So what's like so give us a little like a day in your life as a camper. Like, how do you start your day? Like, what do you do usually when you're camping? Are you walking trails? Are you watching for certain animals? Are you just meditating in the moment?
It's one of the hardest questions to answer. I wake up, and I'll usually make breakfast. I'll wash my pots. I'll do nothing. I don't know.
That's dope.
Like, yeah,
I mean, that's the point of life.
I'll literally just do nothing.
Should be just be present, sit there.
Yeah,
That's awesome, bro.
basically.
You're doing it, bro. I wish I was you when I was 20 years old.
Listen, it's never too late.
Fucking chilling. No, I mean, I get it now. It's just you're fortunate that you kind of get it now.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know?
glad. I'm really glad I'm getting it this early.
Yeah. A lot of people are fucking chasing. I want to call we're hungry to fill our stomach with something that doesn't like sustain, like in a way. Like we have a craving for nothing. You know what I mean?
I journaled this morning and I wrote down, I think it was this words. In the city, it feels like everybody lives their life, and the more you accomplish, the more life you're living. When you camp, the more life you live, the more you're living. It's like stop chasing anything. It just like enjoy the moment.
Be still.
Yeah.
And that's yeah, man, because another thing is like we live in a life that the high only comes from wanting something. Because once you have it, that it almost dies almost instantly.
You know,
what I
it's
mean?
something that I learned while being on stage. When I started performing, I would always try to like go fast, go to the next trick because I was nervous. And you'll see it on people. Like a lot of performers, when they get up, they'll be nervous. So they'll
do trick after trick.
Yeah, they'll talk very fast. They'll go very fast with their tricks. Until I realized, instead of cranking in so many tricks, do less tricks, but
And
let
just slow
every
down.
trick hit.
And breathe.
Yes, let them like, oh my God, how did you, like let them react.
Yeah.
And at this point, when I'm on stage, I always set a stopwatch to see where I'm up to. And I always like, the way I perform my tricks is I craft the trick to the audience versus this is my set, and if you don't like it, too bad. So I'll walk in and read the room, and based off that, I'll do a trick that I have in my box. And based off like somebody's reaction, I'll do the next one. So what I realized is once I run out of tricks in my box, where I start running low, what I do is I just slow down and I allow every trick to hit more.
Yeah.
And yeah, people are just like,
I dig
you know,
that.
they get time to process what happens.
Honestly, I was not that you say that. It makes me think about that one show, Kill Tony, and they get like a minute to be. They're comedians, and they get like a minute to do their fucking part. But a lot of those guys like rush through their shit. If they were actually like calm and cool, it wouldn't be hard to do a 1 minute set
right
in comedy. Like some of these guys are fitting like 3 jokes in 1 minute. It's like, dude, just calm down.
Yeah, just like one joke.
Just be funny. Like a lot of people laugh at the awkward silence, which is fucking crazy.
Yes.
Because it gives like a feel. That silence gives a feeling.
Have you ever heard of Danny DRT's? Have you ever heard of Harry Houdini?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay, so imagine Harry Houdini, but in card tricks.
Okay.
And he has a sort of a student that learned by him.
Okay.
That almost became like better than him.
Yeah,
like
that's how it
really
usually
big.
goes.
Yes. And I've watched an interview from him. His name is Danny DRT's.
Okay.
And what he says there is when he started his show, he would do banger after banger after banger. Like every single trick was insane. And his teacher, which was Quantum Maurice, watched this show and he's like, you know, Danny, you have a problem. He's like, what's the problem? Like, I've been perfecting every single aspect. He's like, your problem is that every trick is good. You need to give time for the audience to relax. Do a good trick, then do something simple. Something that they could like, they don't have to grab their mind. Like, you know, something like simple, and then do another banger.
Yeah.
And the key thing that he said after that is whenever he starts a show, he always remembers one thing. How do I want them to feel? Do you want them to feel dizzy? Or do I want, you know, how do you want the person to feel? And I feel like it doesn't only apply in magic. It apply like I've learned from magic how to use these things outside everywhere in my life.
Okay.
And I feel like when you walk into a room, you think about it. How do you want the person to feel that you're going to encounter? And if you're like, hey, I want the person to feel good, to feel happy, to feel amazing, just naturally, you're going to start like, you know, being in a good mood. And there's this rule with magic where never leave a person, like as a magician, never leave a spectator feeling worse or bad. A lot of magicians perform and they're like, I'm better than you. I'm going to show you something. I can trick you. And what I try to do is, no. I'm a human. If you practice as much as me, you can do it. So why should I try to create an ego that's like non-existent. So there's always this rule: make sure they leave better or at least the same. But always try to make them feel good about themselves. Give them a compliment.
I feel that. So so what kind of tricks are you more into? Are you into like the magic, like the card tricks, illusions? Are you like more into like stunts or like?
I've had a time in my life that I was very into stunts. Very into stunts. I've always actually, growing up, I did not like card tricks because I felt like every card trick is, hey, I'm gonna take your card, choose a card, then lose it, then I'm gonna find it. Bro, who asked you to lose it? Don't lose it, don't find it.
Yeah.
Don't do any card tricks. And then I realized that, no, if it's more than that, for an example, I had somebody, I could say a friend of mine. I don't remember who it was. So I feel like if it was a friend, I would remember exactly. But basically, somebody came over to me. He's like, Dovy, I had a really hard day. Cheer me up.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, take a card. And I'm like, sign the card. Okay, so this card now represents, let me show you. You know what?
Let's see it.
I'll show. Yeah.
Let's see it.
Okay.
What do we need? We need
Deck of cards. Do you have a Sharpie? If not, I might have. Oh, I have one.
You have one?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, just grab one
Okay.
and sign your name on it.
In the front.
In the front. Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, so he's just grabbing a card, writing his name in the front. And I'll explain.
I'll drop the card.
Well, now the trick is gonna fail. No, I'm kidding.
Just sign my name.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Anybody want to buy it? All right. Can I have the Sharpie?
Yep.
I learned to always ask for the Sharpie because if not, the amount of Sharpies I've lost. Oh my
I
God.
believe it. It's like a lighter to you.
Yeah, literally. All right. So the 5 of diamonds with your signature on it, right? I'll just show it to the camera so they can see it. Now I'll take the card and I'll leave it somewhere in the middle. And what I was explaining to my friend was like this. Sometimes you feel like you're stuck. You're middle. You don't know how to get your way up. And sometimes you just feel lost. And you're like, if I need to get my way back up to the top or get back on the game, you just don't know how to get there, right? But what I explained to my friend is I want you to always remember that if you work hard enough, you could get back there. And yes, you can get back on top. No, actually, and it's, what was I gonna? I lost my train of thought, honestly. Oh, it was like this. He was like, okay, that's a cool trick. And I was like, no, it's more than a trick, right? 5 of diamonds, right? If we take the 5 of diamonds and you know what, sometimes you feel like your day is so bad, it's just like, I'm giving up. I'm done with it, right?
Yeah.
And we're not going to use the 5 of diamonds. Maybe we could use something else. Or sometimes you have a hard day. It feels like it's ripped up, it's gone, it's over. You're just like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm going back to sleep. It's done, Sometimes you need to remember that all you need is a little bit of magic and you could get back.
What?
You can always get back.
What?
It's never too late. Oh, you can examine the card if you want to.
What?
Yeah. Well, okay, you'll see the angle on the camera.
Wow.
Yes. So you see, it went from a magic trick of being like, hey, I could take your card. I could lose it somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I could find it. Then no, I could take your card and it could mean something to you. It could be like, oh, this is a bad day. To like, no, it could still be a good day. So once I started learning that about card tricks, I was like, okay, card tricks is way more than just take a card, find it and lose it and whatever.
There's storytelling with it.
Yes.
Hell yeah, man. That was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Especially the ripped up part.
Yeah. Yes. Sometimes I feel like a lot of times, wow. People will be like on my show, especially when I perform for kids, they'll be like, so how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it? And what I realized is every magician has their way to answer that question.
Yeah.
What I realized is the way how I do it is I turn it into like a comedy. I'll be like, I'll explain it to you. And I start talking very slow. So I really grab their attention. It's like, I take your card, you make sure you sign it. And right before I take it, I make sure it's on the top of the pile, okay? And then I start mumbling. And I take and then that's how it disappears. And they're like, what? And then I'm like, no, really. And I'll redo it. And I'll be like, no, I take the card, I put it on the top. The moment you sign it, and then it disappears, literally. And then somebody be like, slow down. I'll be like, I'll say it slow. I take the card and I think it just gets a good laugh, you know? Like,
honestly, it's crazy that people always want to know how you do the trick, though. Why is people so curious about that?
There's two kind of people. A lot of people are like, I want to see the trick. Very rarely I'll find people that be like, don't teach me. Like, if somebody knows, like, how do you do it? They'll be like, no, don't. I don't want to know how it's done. We could get it like into a whole people analyzation.
Yeah.
But to make it really short, I feel like some people, it's the way they were raised. Definitely. Some people that are always insecure. Okay, it's gonna fire back. But some people that are always insecure, they're gonna be the kind of people that are like, you know, when you ask them, take a card, let me take from the bottom. Can I shuffle? Can I take from the bottom and then take from the top? Versus people that have learned to trust.
Just have fun.
Yeah, people are like, I guess throughout their whole life, they're like, I'll just have fun. I'll just do whatever it is. If I take a card, they'll just take any, like, just, you know what I mean? They'll just go with it. Yeah. Or like, do you want me to shuffle? I'll shuffle. If you don't want me, I don't. Versus, and I'm not saying one is better over the other. And especially with performing, you learn how to
work with both. Yeah,
you have to work with both. Like, I remember, oh my God. When I started, okay, I did a magic trick. I don't remember which trick, but I remember at a certain point I peeked on the card, and I had to remember what card it was. And I'm doing the trick, and I peek on the card, and the person doesn't know that I peeked at the card. And I forgot what the card was. And I'm like, I can't do the trick. She's like, what do you mean? You were doing it until now. In the middle of the trick, you're like, you can't do it. I'm like, no, I can't do the trick. He's like, why not? I'm like, I couldn't tell him that I peeked. I'm like, I don't know, it's not gonna work. And his reaction was like, what? Why? What I learned is that, okay, next time this happens, improvise, do something different. So at this point, I'll be like, take a card. I don't even know what trick I'm gonna do, and I'll just improvise the whole thingy. That might answer the question that you asked earlier. If people still create tricks, I sort of like improvise. I'll take this part, put with that, and that part with that, and that part with that, and then just like.
I got you.
Basically.
So while you're camping and sitting by yourself, are you like trying to think of new tricks? Or are you trying to just
not
still
necessarily.
be in the moment?
I try to be in the moment sometimes. Matter of fact, one of my tricks that I came up with is while I was falling asleep, and I used to do this. Maybe this might actually help you too, as an artist. So, like right before you fall asleep, you're in that state of like trance where like you're up, but So this is what I would do in school. I would have a notepad with a pen right next to my bed. And I would sort of just like fade on my dreams. And if any ideas came in, I would write it down without making sense. So card to the top and the bottom, person find. I literally doesn't make any sense. In the morning, I'll try to work out the idea and be like, okay, so a card has to get to the top and then to the bottom, and then the person has to find it, and what could happen. And that sort of helped me create my tricks.
Gotcha.
A lot of my tricks are just like remixes, or I'll perform it on my own way, try to tell a different story with it.
Gotcha.
Basically.
So nowadays, are you still buying magic sets, or are you just you do?
I would say I don't buy magic sets, but I'll buy individual tricks. Now, the tricky part with buying individual tricks is you could pay $500 and get this big box with contraptions and doors and mechanisms. Or you could pay $1,000 and get a link to a video that you could download that will tell you that if you take an ordinary paper with an ordinary pencil and you tell a person to think about this and that, you can know what they're thinking. You know what I mean? Like sometimes sometimes you get this big, huge thing. Yeah. And a lot of times it's like, no, like I always have this with a friend of mine. He's also a magician. And we always talk about mentalism. I don't do mentalism.
Which is?
Mind reading. And he also doesn't do he does a little bit in this show, but we're always like, people that go overseas, especially he does a lot of juggling. He has to travel with like his equipment. Yeah. People that do mind reading, they could walk into a Walmart and just buy a notepad, a pencil, some gaff cards, and just create a show. Yeah. See people that do mentalism. Yeah, we always like joke
So what
about
exactly is like mind reading? How? Like to guess, like one of those things. Like, all right, think of 8 letters. Now think about it. Think about a word with this and this.
Yes.
And then like that, it's always elephant, which is funny because the other day I did it and I thought of like I just feel like people also don't have a big vocabulary,
it. Right.
like a collections of words. So when you ask a person, think of a word with the letter E. You know?
Yes.
It's like, oh,
So
elephant.
there is ways how our brain works
Okay.
by default. Like, we're programmed. You
Yeah,
know?
we are.
We are literally programmed.
I mean,
to,
there's lower cortex and a higher cortex
Yes.
brain. So like,
Like-
this is all survival and this is all memory.
yes.
So we're obviously gonna go like quick with it. You
So
know?
magicians will a lot of times take
Advantage of that type of stuff.
advantage of that. Now, with that said, it's a risk.
Yeah.
I love taking risks on stage because if it works, the
It will.
dopamine level is. Whew.
Yeah.
If it fails, I'm like, I gotta cover up. So the dopamine level is. Whew.
Yeah.
So either way, yeah. Oh,
So
and
so you used to practice those type of tricks, or you just didn't feel like you got the same high?
I never felt. I never found it fascinating the fact that you can know my social versus the fact that you can take a card and find it in the deck. I found that more interesting. As a magician, though,
You can know my social.
I mean, as a magician, I could create the illusion of I do know what you're thinking or I
Okay.
know how you think, you know, but I don't like. I clearly say I don't do mind reading. If you want to know how it works, you got to ask a mind reader. I'm a magician, but I could create the illusion of it looking like I am that or I do that. And this is a very good story of a trick that failed on stage. Usually
Okay.
people are like, what happens when you fail on stage in front of people, in front of everyone? So I'll take you through the whole process of the
Okay,
trick
okay.
and then also how it actually works.
Okay.
So you actually know what happened.
I got you.
So the trick was like this. It was for a whole show of Mexicans. I don't speak Spanish. They don't speak English. So
Wow.
I had the translator. So just imagine every joke hit 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
It was like every word, you know.
And
like-
also, like, is the joke being stated the way that you want to be? 'Cause
Yes.
Also, like, there's cultural slangs and all that other stuff.
Right.
So, like, yeah.
So I tried using a lot of my body language.
Yeah.
For like, right.
Mhm.
But you know, it was a very interesting experience.
Okay.
And I realized that I only have to do half of the tricks because every trick is 2 times me and then the person translating, you know? But anyway, I did this trick where I called up somebody. I told them I want you to write down, I had a whole whole thing of cards, but they were all white, both sides. So I had somebody to take one, ask somebody to take one, write down a password, and then just remember the password, and I'm gonna read your mind. Now, what happened was like this, okay?
Okay.
This is how the trick works. He writes it down. I take a peek on the card after or while he writes it down. I peek at the card, I see the number, and then I make pretend I could read your mind and I know what's happening, okay? Now, what happened is he wrote like an 8 thingy password, or maybe even more, like 10.
Okay.
I don't know what that was the password for, but it was way too hard to remember. I thought I could do it, and then I'm like,
For you or for
me,
him?
for me,
Okay,
for me
okay,
to
okay.
remember. I look at him and I'm like, no, I forgot it. I tell him, I try to read it, and then after like 2 digits, I get it wrong. I'm like, okay, it was way too long. I need you to write maybe a 4, just the first 4 numbers. I figured if I'm going from 10 to 4, I could remember 4. So he takes a card, writes down 4. I peek on the card. Obviously, when he doesn't see, nobody sees me
Yeah.
peek, and I try to remember. I forgot. I was like,
I mean, I feel like trying to remember numbers is as hard as trying to remember a 10-letter word.
literally, especially being on stage and trying to control the audience while they're looking at you, while you're trying to make sure what the next trick is, what, you know,
Yeah.
all these things going on in your head. And I forget what the 4 numbers are. I think I got the first 2 correctly, but yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot it. What I did, the moment I realized I forgot it, how do I say it? I stole the card out of the deck that he wrote his name on. So, he wrote his number, sorry. So I stole that card out of the pile and I placed it under my cell phone that was on the table while I was talking to him. So that's a concept of misdirection.
Okay.
I'll use my body, my
No, I
head,
get it. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
to misdirect the person while I
Alive.
do something with my
Yeah.
hands at the bottom. So I put the card underneath my phone while I'm like, oh my God, what's your number? How could it be? And as I I'm trying to like guess his number, me knowing that I don't know what it is and it's gonna fail. I continue moving away from the stage, like further and further, until I'm like the other end of the stage. And he's like, I write down with confidence a number, knowing that it's not gonna work. And I'm like, that's your number. He's like, no. I'm like, so what was it? He's like, he tells it to me, and I'm like, where's the card? I don't believe you. He goes, he picks up the deck from the table, goes through the cards and doesn't find his card. He's like, where did he go? I'm like, just say stop anywhere. And then he said stop while I was like pointing at my phone. And I'm like, pick it up. And he freaked out. He forgot about the fact of me trying to guess about his number. It wasn't even relevant to the trick at all, because what mattered was the moment of, he was the other end of the stage and something happened there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's dope. That's a pretty cool save.
Yes, it was a very good save.
That's insane. And so you said also earlier you had a Home Depot story. So
oh yes, that Home Depot story. Should I reveal how the trick works before or afterwards?
Whatever you want, dude. It's up to you. I mean, that last story is pretty solid.
I'll reveal afterwards how I knew what it was. I was on the way to a different gig with a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. We stopped at Home Depot to buy staplers. And then I was like, look, I want you to see some things. I walk over to this Home Depot guy. I'm like, do you know the code of, you know how like they lock up things, like the spray paint?
Yeah.
Toothbrushes. Whatever doesn't need to be locked up, they lock up. Whatever needs to be locked up, they don't lock up. I don't know what the protocol is. Yeah. But whatever, they have these like gates that they lock up things. And I walk over to him, I'm like, do you know what it is? He's like, do you need something I could get? So I'm like, no, don't get anyone. Do you know what it is? He's like, yes. I'm like, can I try to read your mind? He's like, okay, go for it. So I'm like, think about the first letter, like 4 letters. Think about the first letter. I'm like, first letter is a 1. Like, think about the next letter. Next letter is a 2. He's like, yes. I'm like, if the next letter is a 2, then the next letter after is also a 2. So it's 1, 2, 2. And then I tell him the last one. You're going to have to figure it out for yourself. Then I tell him the last one. And he's like, no, you work here. I'm like, no, I don't work here. I'm like, did I get it correctly? Because, you know, when I do a trick, I need the feet. I don't know if it works. You know?
He's so like,
he's
dry
like,
with it.
That usually means that it worked. Yeah. But he's like, oh, I can't tell you if it worked or not. And he just walks away.
Damn.
So I knew it worked because the way how I knew was I was in a Home Depot in a different location and somebody left a lock open.
Okay.
Being the kid I am, I see a lock open. That's my territory. Let me close it. So I close the lock and then I pull it and it's open like to the number, the exact number. I'm like, what's the number? I check it. So I walk over to the next lock and I check the number and it works. And I literally walked around the store, opened every lock that I could, and just left it open. For them to know that somebody opened everything. And I left. I got to that Home Depot. I checked a different lock in that store.
What?
And it worked.
What's the chances of the fucking bro?
Let me explain to you something. I thought that they have a certain code for every couple of aisles, you know, what's it called? Every section.
Yeah.
You know?
Departments.
Yeah, every department. I checked it in a different department and it worked.
In a different store.
Doesn't make sense. Then I went to a different store. I'm like, bro, the math does not math. And it worked in that store. So I went over to the employee and I was like, you know what? Let's gamble. Maybe all of them. And I just did it. And it worked. I hope they changed it at this point. I don't know.
But I mean, that's just, so what would you call that? Is that magic or is that?
So think about it from the worker's perspective. A random guy comes over to you, says that he's a magician. Okay, weird. I mean, you don't find that every day. And then tells you the code of something that he doesn't know. That is magic.
Yeah.
Now, as a magician, I peaked. I cheated, you know? I always tell people, I cheat. I'm just very good at cheating to the extent where you don't see it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's always something to it. I'm not a spiritual priest, you know, I'm not a spiritual maker. Yeah. So there's a reason why I do magic, you know? And I was like, everybody can do it. It's just different techniques, different ways. Everybody has their own method, you know, to get to it.
Yeah, I got you.
But I feel like this story really explains magic, you know what I mean?
No, it does.
You get both sides.
But it's also because, dude, you do your research, you do your homework. That's all it tells me.
You know, my brother, I don't know how old he was when I started off magic, but he's 13. When I started, he's like, Dovy, I want you to teach me tricks. That looks so cool. I told him like this, if you could do this,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll teach you any trick. And now this is not a trick. It's not going to help you for anything. But the point is, try it. Like, put your two hands together, move your first finger over, under, over, under, and just try to do it fast.
No,
you get
hard.
stuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you have the patience practicing something that nobody's ever going to acknowledge you on, because if somebody acknowledges you on the trick, that means they saw how it was done. That's not good. I'm like, if you have that kind of patience, I'll teach you anything. You know what I mean?
There's
Like,
nothing fascinating about this, but like,
yes.
After a while, it is like the fact that you can do it so fast, like, holy fuck.
Yes, the same thing with magic. Like, if you learn how, for example, you learn how to rip a card and then unrip it, right?
Yeah.
If you see the technique and you're like, oh, Dovy, you know, I like that, then obviously it was wrong, because it's supposed to look like there's no technique, look like it's effortless, look like, oh, it's just magic. Like, nothing is happening.
Yeah.
Which is a little tricky, because I feel like performers, like artists, singers, players, people see they put in effort. They put in effort in a good solo.
Yeah.
But as a magician, it has to be so good that, it's just not, I don't work. It's just natural.
Yeah. But I mean, also magician falls in the same thing as artist and musician, is that there's a point that it's not a talent anymore. It's a skill.
Yes.
You can't be like, oh, you're so talented. You put in time to this shit.
I used to like question if talent is an actual thing.
I don't think it is.
Because I feel like...
I think talent is until you're 6.
Yeah, I feel like...
after 6, you gotta
he just practiced more than you.
Yeah.
Because he found it more fascinating. But then some people are like born art, like they could paint, but even that, they practiced as a kid.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there is a point that like, oh, this kid's 3 years old and he's drawing more than a stick figure, you know?
Right, yeah.
This kid's fucking 4 years old and he's holding some pitches and also being harmonic.
That's true.
And then it's like, oh shit, that's impressive. Let's put an effort onto that.
Yes, and then you put the effort in and...
But I can tell you right now, if you're 10 years old and you're fucking painting some sick ass painting, I don't think it's talent. You obviously either put in the time or it's like there's something in between. It's not like, it can't just be magic, you know? There's some like, you know?
There's always a method.
Yeah, there's something to be here.
Yes.
Or if that's the case, bro, you got into a fucking serious accident and now you're working this left side of your brain and now you're a fucking wizard. You know? You fucking play Mozart and fucking Bach all in overnight.
Basically.
So that's the thing. So nowadays, you like, how do people find you? Like just straight through Instagram or what?
Mostly Instagram, YouTube. I've tried TikTok. I never really done well.
No?
Maybe I haven't tried it fully. Like, I just like YouTube the most.
I love YouTube.
Yeah,
I love YouTube.
I don't know what it is. It's just like, it's YouTube.
I'm on the road to getting monetized right now, but like, dude, I love YouTube. It's my shit. I've gotten so much better at even making my episodes. It's just... And I feel like it has the greatest payout and is more satisfactory.
Yes.
Like the collection when you have it all established. And
also, I feel like YouTube is, you can do X, Y, and Z and expect these results versus Instagram. I hope it goes viral. TikTok, I hope that, like, you know?
Yeah, it's like I've learned at the end of the day with those type of platforms is you got to drop like 10 content and hope one of the hits.
Yes.
And
versus
then
YouTube, you can A/B test thumbnails or like try this title this week, that title the next week, and you'll see the, like, you know what I mean?
Like even this episode, it's about to be, what does Josh do in 32 hours of his day? So yeah, I get it, dude. It's,
make it something more interesting. Your magician revealing the secret behind the trick or trick failing on stage. What do you do? I don't know, something.
I definitely need a thumbnail because this is going to be the second part of my episode. So
okay.
Because you're going to fall in the category of the duck hunting and podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday was me tattooing all freaking day.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. I dig it. I can't complain. Definitely very thankful. So are you planning to do any gigs while you're here or are you just all to the moment?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like, I'll be happy if I do. I'll be happy if I don't. Like, either way.
I dig that, bro. I dig that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. This is pretty fucking cool. Like, I enjoyed all the stories because now because to me, magic, again, like I definitely don't like to question it and like ask people how you do it because like then you kind of kill the fun of it. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I do like to know that it's like, you kind of just told me that, dude, you're someone that does their homework. You actually work to this thing. Because like, even that, it's like you said, you're a random guy that fucking knew the code, but it's because you did your homework. You tried
Yes.
stuff, you studied it.
And it's also-
you build it. It's like building
Yes.
like comedians. They build a story.
Yes, and it's also a lot of the showmanship. It's the way how I delivered it. Like I'll tell people, oftentimes I'll do a trick or a very simple trick, and people will see how it's done, and they'll be like, "Come on, that's what you do," and I'm like, "I could do that." Sorry, they're like, they can do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, but there's a reason why they pay me. It's not for the trick. It's for the way how I do it. You know,
Yeah.
it's how do you make sure the person feels something while you do it versus. Here's a trick, take a card. I learned it somewhere, you know? It's
Yeah.
just the confidence. Like,
Yeah.
take a card, any card.
Yeah. So my question is, for a person that's been doing this for as long as you, what's your favorite trick?
Ooh.
Till this day, what's one of your favorite tricks that you feel like it's a nice little icebreaker you've always enjoyed?
My favorite trick is when I can inject a feeling into a person and when it's a positive feeling. Whatever the method is. For an example, a lot of times I'll perform for adults and they're all like, stiffen up. You know, we have this image of like, an adult is be strict, be a man.
Be stern.
Yeah. And really, you got to remember, you're still a pretty kid. You're just like a small kid running around, you know, like just in a big body.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
when
I
I
feel
get
like a
to
kid.
crack that code of like, to like, oh, they could laugh, they could react and then just freak out. When I like crack that code, I'm like, wow, I got an adult to be a kid again. You know, it's not something that you
That's fucking sick.
get often.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's more than like me trying to like, oh, look at this cool thing that I can do. Nah.
So you are an entertainer, man.
Yes.
You're not. I feel like it's almost disrespectful to just call you magician.
Oh, thank you.
Because I feel like that's the same thing. It's like, oh, when people ask me, it's like, oh, you tattoo? It's like, I do tattoos, but
It's the experience.
Am I a tattoo artist? No. You're paying me for the experience of being with me, you
Yes.
know, and hanging out. And then another thing is like, bro, I also don't think that you should be getting tattoos at the most cheapest place with some random guy because tattooing to me is very sacred.
Yes.
It's one of the oldest things in the world, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just a connection between these two people and you spending a lot of time. And imagine if that person tattooing you is fucking pissed at the world and has all this negative connotation and they're putting this energy into your blood.
Yes.
Not just drawing on you, dude. It's into your blood. You know, so it's like, yeah, man, I don't really like being called a tattoo artist because I'm not just a tattoo artist, bro. I do a lot of shit. But my whole thing is like the experience, the
Yes.
interaction of the moment.
Yep. People ask me like, oh my God, why do you charge so much? And I'm like, you're paying for every time I was on
I
stage.
fucking hate people.
Yeah, usually these are the gigs that you don't confirm.
Yeah.
But I tell people, you're not paying for this hour that I'm here. You're paying for every time I was on stage and I failed and everybody laughed at me and I continued going. You're paying for the memory of your party or birthday party, whatever it is you're gathering.
Yeah.
Like, think about this. Do you remember seeing any magic tricks when you were a young kid?
I mean, yes and no. It's hard.
Even on TV.
Yeah, I have.
You remember it.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Dude, I mean, I remember watching Magic since I was like 6, 7 years old. Like David Blaine was like literally just cracking at that time, you know?
So think about it. He created a memory in you since you were 6 years old. So I always tell people, you're not paying for that hour. You're paying for memories that's going to stay there until the end of your life.
Yeah.
And I mean, it could be another night. Do you remember every party you went since you were 6 years old? You know, like it just wipes away.
Yeah.
But then if one party was unique, you'll remember that unique thing,
Yeah.
right? And if the magician is a disaster and he doesn't know how to entertain,
Yeah.
they'll remember it for being a disaster, you know?
My thing is I've never had an actual fucking physical magician in front of me.
I'm happy to be the first.
To fucking do a trick and shit. Be like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Yo, you
man.
remember that one time with the magician?
Well, I'm happy to be the first.
Bro, but I'm super honored to have you here, bro. It's definitely been a fun conversation. I feel like I definitely gained something and learned, like, it's very perspective. And I know magic is perspective because even when Carly told me you were coming, he's like, what does he do? Is he one of those guys that, like, does this while this happens over here? Because I know that's a gimmick and all that, but it's like, bro, I dig it. Like, again, it's, you're not just a magician, bro. You really aren't.
Yeah.
It's dope. And it's dope to see a person, too, at your age, bro, that's confident of what they want to do.
Oh, thank you.
Especially in a world
it.
that's everyone's,
Yeah,
I don't know, lost.
You have to find something to stick to. Or even, I feel like, especially in art, one day we question our whole empire that we built, and the next day we're like, we're gonna double it.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's okay. Like we're living in a world where if you don't want to do something, don't force yourself to be creative.
No. Dude, don't get it twisted. Look, I've been painting for a long time, bro. And I got people that pay me $3,000, $5,000 for a painting. And there's times that I still sell $100 paintings. You know what I mean? And I take it because at the end of the day, I'm happy as fuck,
Yes.
And even like yesterday, like you were talking about, why do you pay me? Why do I got to pay so much? And I remember I worked at a shop that my boss would be so mad that I would do the tattoo too fast. Be like, bro, you did this too fast. And people are going to be upset that they paid that much money for fast work. But it's like, honestly, you're also paying me for the fact that I'm not beating you up for that much longer. So it's almost like beneficial, like, I'm still getting the same quality of work in less of time. And now I feel less pain. I can enjoy my tattoo even sooner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, bro, I'm going to do shit the way I want to do it. And it's
it's always the perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
How you look at it, how they represent it.
Yeah, man. So go ahead one more time, tell people how to find you, how to book you and all that stuff. And let us know what kind of other plans you got going on for this year, bro.
I'd like to show you one last trick before that.
Yeah.
If you don't
we're
mind.
also we're gonna play at the end of the show. We're gonna do a couple tricks. You want to do a couple tricks?
We'll use. Yeah, I'll get you sitting here. We'll do it afterwards because I want the camera to be able to see it.
Yeah, just have them roll them out.
Like roll out the tricks now?
Would you be able to sit here?
Yeah, but
with me?
let's do it after. So we can sit next. I'll be right next.
Yeah, let's
to
do
him.
it after so he can sit.
You're done?
Yeah. All right. But yeah,
All
so
right.
go ahead and plug in how
Right,
people
cut that.
Yeah.
Or
Forget
don't.
No. We leave it all raw, dude. But yeah, so tell people how to find you and like what plans you got going on for this year and all that.
My name is Dovy, Dovy, Dovy the Magician. That's where you can find me. I don't know, anywhere. Search it, any place. Looking forward to see you at your party or just in the street. Like if you find me in the street, ask me to show you a trick because I love showing people tricks.
That's dope.
And yeah, if I'm busy or I'm in a rush because I am a human, I do human things. Sometimes I gotta get to places, do things. I'll tell you sorry, I can't. But yeah, I mean, that's about it.
Dope. Well, man, appreciate it. Definitely the first magician ever here, so we're definitely stoked about that. But guys, this is Talk About with Lust, and I'm your host Lust, and it's another successful show, guys. So stay tuned. We're gonna have some magic tricks for y'all and shit, So yeah, enjoy the vibe. Thanks for watching.
Ta-da.
Fuck yeah.
Woo!
Let's do some magic.
All right.
So, do you want to tell everyone about this book?
So basically, we got that book to like literally have our guests sign, say that, give us like little notes and thank yous and whatnot, just random stuff,
Basically, everybody that's on there writes something.
It's a signature book.
Yes. So, what I did is before I started, I asked Harley for a number, 1 to 10, and based on that, I started sort of creating a magic trick in my head, and I wrote down a prediction. And I wonder if it's gonna work. And as I always tell people, if it doesn't work, forget about it. I'll do something else.
Just forget about it.
Basically,
Isn't that, dude? I think that's the saying in Brooklyn. So I was driving in New York. There was a sign, "Welcome to Brooklyn. Forget about it."
Yeah.
I think that was
Welcome to
fucking
Brooklyn. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, can you take out a packet of cards?
Like, what do you mean, packet?
Just take some cards. Just take some cards. How much do you have?
I got 3.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you don't have to look at them.
Yeah.
We're just gonna use this thing. Cool. Can you take one?
One.
Yes. Turn it over. What is it? 6 of spades. Do you want the 6 of spades?
Do I want it?
Yes. Are you're happy with the choice that you made?
Yeah.
And you do not want the 5 of spades?
No.
Or the 7 of spades? It's almost like it was in order. You specifically want the 6 of spades.
I dig it.
Are you sure? Because, you see, if you want, you can change your mind, but you don't have to. You can stay with the 6 of spades. Are you happy with it?
Yeah. I mean, I like 7, but I have negative connotations to 7, so I fuck with 6.
So you want
Actually, no.
this-
You know what? I want the 5 because this is Bay 5.
All right.
And actually, I like the number
If
5.
you want, you can change it. Or not.
I'll take the 5.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna do the trick regardless, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, what happens if it change? Or what happens like if I would change back? Or what happens if I would stay with the 6? Trust my gut right away in the beginning, right? So you can change if you want to.
No, I think 5 is better.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
No problem.
He wants you to change, bro.
He doesn't want me to
It
change.
does not matter.
Change it.
The trick works every single time.
He doesn't want me to change, and this is Bay 5, and I like 5. V for
You sure you
Vendetta.
want the 5?
Yes, V for Vendetta.
Okay, no problem.
That's me. I'm V.
Can you take the 6, lose it somewhere in the pot?
Take the 6 and
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Really does not matter where it goes. But you want the 5,
Yes.
and that's important.
Yep.
Do you know that the 5 and the 6 are very similar?
They are.
Look, get it close up. Okay, look at this. The 5 and the 6 are very similar to the extent where they look the same. They actually like look the same. Like the 6 can look like the 5. No, actually, do you still trust those cards? Do you still want the 5?
Yeah.
Or maybe you could take the 7, right? But you know, like between 6 and 7, it's one number away, one shape. No, actually, right? And people are like, oh, he must have had duplicates or something. That's why I always keep the 7 in my pocket. Okay, but you don't want it, these two. You want to keep you want to stay with the 5, right? Okay. Can you take the 5, put it into the 5? You see the 5? Yep. Now I'm gonna let it stick out so you can watch what happens.
Okay.
Okay. Can you go ahead and push it in?
Bad eyes.
So it's lost somewhere in the deck.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where it is, but it's
What?
Oh, that wasn't supposed. I'm sorry. That wasn't. Yeah. Just go back in time where it didn't happen. Nothing happened. How we. Let's put it in. Oh. Wait. But you see, a lot of magic is imagination, and it doesn't really exist. For an example, stuff. It's actually no. It's not.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's. Or maybe I could maybe just move it back. Anyway, can you shuffle those?
Shuffle.
Yeah, shuffle. Should we add those 2 cards?
You want to?
It doesn't matter.
We go at 'em.
Okay.
We'll fucking at 'em.
Okay.
Shuffle 'em.
Yeah,
I don't know if you crazy to shuffle out the shuffle 1, 2.
Can you go ahead and take a card? Any card, doesn't matter. Show it to the camera. I mean, show it to everybody. Remember the card.
Yep.
And place it back into the pile.
In the pile.
Into the pile.
There you go.
And I want you to think about the card. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just think about the card. And remember how I told you how I'm not a mind reader. I can't know what you're thinking, but I can create the illusion. So just imagine I can enter your thoughts and find that thought. Go through all the chapters and just find that thought and take it out and put it into my head, and now I know what you're thinking. No, I know.
I almost felt like you took it out of my head.
It's literally in my head.
I feel like you pulled it out of my
You
head.
don't see it in my head? I see it. No, but actually, think about it. The number, right? Or was it 2? Right? Think about the shape and the color. Spades, black with spades. Was that a?
Yep.
Okay. I want to try something a little different now. Something a little bit different. Imagine you have a deck of cards in your hand.
Okay.
All right. There's red one. There's red and black, right? Okay. So imagine you're holding. Hold your hand like this. There's red and black. Which ones would you take out? The red or the black?
You're right.
Racist. No, are you sure you want to take out the red? I mean,
I would. You used to ask me which one I would take out. Like if I had 2 cards,
If
if
you had-
one was red and one was black.
if you had a full deck of cards, right?
Uh-huh.
Some of it is red, some of it is
Yeah.
black. Which ones would you take out? The red or the black?
Oh, like all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the red cards out.
All the red cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep the black cards.
Can you name a number from 1 to 10? Any number. Say it.
Out loud?
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Fuck, 5.
Want to stay with 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is an important part of the trick. Okay.
Yeah.
So before I continue the trick, I have 1 card, which is a prediction. Okay. And this is the card that we're going to create. Okay. So 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have a deck of cards and you want to take out 1 color, You would take out the, what was it?
Rest of the reds.
You don't want to change the black. You want to stay with the reds? Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna question
Yeah.
everything. Like,
No.
I always tell people, get ready to be confused. It's part of it. So in the reds, you have hearts and diamonds.
Yeah.
If you throw them up and one shape falls face up and one face down, which one is going to go face down? Is the hearts going that? Like, which one is going face down? The hearts or the
Hearts. And then that.
so the hearts is going face down. All the diamonds are face up.
Yeah.
So if you look down at the floor, you see all the diamonds, and only the hearts are face up. What was the number you said? 4? What was it?
A 5.
Was it 4?
No, because I said it was the same 5 of.
Okay, could we use 4 though for this example?
Yeah, 4.
Okay, we'll re-edit. Okay, so just imagine you zoom into one card. Okay, so instead of the 4. The card that you chose, the 4, right?
Yeah, the 4.
Not that you chose the 5. Just gonna let me get away with it like that. I mean, if you just zoom into one card that's face down, right? No, like one card that stays down.
Like a 5 of diamonds.
Not the heart, because diamonds are face
Oh,
up,
yeah.
right? No, like face down on there.
Okay.
On there, face down. No, like that card.
Flip it.
Yeah. You don't have to go to 4.
Nice. How the fuck?
I'm not sure. Sometimes things just work. I don't know how.
Kiko, see, you told me to pick blacks.
I told you.
I didn't have to pick it. That's intense.
Yeah, it's just how things just work, you know?
Yeah.
Who's a...
So why?
Well-
You just told me. I feel like telling me to pick 4 was just to like
to mess it up? Maybe. Perhaps.
or question my thought.
It could be. It makes a lot of sense. That could be. Can you, let's try this. Let's use all 3 of them. Okay? So, yeah, can I use all 3 of them? So, can you just go ahead and say stop at any points? Like today. Perhaps.
You
Um,
know.
literally.
The whole deck.
Literally, wherever you want.
Right there.
Over here? Okay, but I want you to look at the card. Remember it? Now this is a card that we're not using. But remember it. You remember the card.
Okay.
Okay?
You remember it, Kiko?
Gotcha.
Yeah, but that's not a card that we're gonna use. And then same thing with you. Okay, so just go ahead, say stop.
Stop.
Over here?
Yeah.
Look at the card, remember it, but that's a card that we're not using.
Okay.
But remember it, okay?
Okay.
And now I guess again with you. Yeah. Go ahead and say stop or just grab it. Just stop. Okay, look at the card, but that's a card that we're gonna use, okay? So this is the most important card that we're gonna use. And the other 2 cards are cards that remember to forget. Forget about it. You know, we're not
Remember
gonna
to
use it.
forget.
Yes, but remember
Remember this one.
yes. For the first time, what was the card you just looked at? What was the card?
Right now?
Yes.
6 of spades.
6 of spades. So this time you do want the 6 of spades.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay. So 6 of spades, and what was your card?
7 of spades.
Okay, and what was your card?
The 5 of spades.
What
Five.
the?
1 second. This is weird. Because you remember how we started this whole
Yeah.
thingy with
And I just shuffled it.
yes, but also with the prediction that I have.
Yeah.
That
And originally, the first
everybody
card I picked was
yes,
6 of spades.
that everybody writes something. And I told you that I also wrote something, but it's a prediction. And I especially waited for this moment to ask you how. How did you know to choose the 6 of spades? And if you look at the other 2, right,
What the?
those are crossed out. The 7 and the 5.
But we only remembered his.
Which was
the 6.
and now
There it is, motherfuckers!
now you have a piece of magic that you will always have here in the studio.
Dude, that was awesome.
Thank you.
That was great. What?
Mind blown.
Yeah. That was bro. That was. And there goes.
Now tell us how you did it.
Oh, I checked every card on all the papers. No, I'm kidding.
Dude, that was great.
Yeah, it's called magic.
That was pretty
Card
cool.
was in on it.
How the fuck?
I was not.
Yeah, I'll send you guys a quick visit later. I'm kidding.
Wow, that's crazy.
I always say it on my show when I do a trick, I ask somebody to help me. They're like,
Honestly.
no, they were on it. I'm like, I'll send you the quick later. They're like,
Well, that was great.